Hello, salutations, greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's up? I'm going to be doing a no makeup tutorial for you guys on today. This is my second recording, so please bear with me. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, say something. Don't just look at people's stuff and don't say nothing. You look like a stalker. But if that's your thing, okay. All right, so let's just jump into it. I may or may not remember to say what every product is that I'm using, but I'll have everything in the description below. So if you feel like you want to pick it up, you'll be able to find it via the description below. Again, my name is Treese. It's Latrice, but I go by Treese. Tracy. Hey girl, you girl, little girl, big girl. I'm just Treese. I'm not bent on titles or anything. But I'm going to go ahead and get started because I'm babbling, which means I'm kind of nervous. So pray for me. All right, I'm going to start off with my brows and what I typically do just to make sure these bad boys are laying down. I prime them just like you prime your eyelids to put on your makeup, eyeshadow. I prime my brows. So also I'm going to be using Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. I just put a very small amount on each brow to make it do what I need it to do, and that is lay down. But like I said, I just put a small amount. You'll notice that a little goes a long way. You don't have to pile on a whole lot. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, you don't have to pile on a whole lot to get a balanced look. But just go with it. And I'm just brushing my brows down into place. Now I'm going to be using some dollar store gems. I also have some well-known products like MAC, Crown Case, NYX, Juvia's Place. So whatever you have, go with it. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on these products just to look good. So today I'm going to be using LA Colors eyeliner and brow pencil. It is in black, brown. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, do not put black on your brows. It's not supposed to happen. We've all done it. But now that we know better, we're going to do better, right? Right. All right, so I'm just going to go with the natural shape of my regular brow. I'm going to line the bottom. And I'm not starting at the tip where my brow begins. I'm just going to start maybe a ½ inch at the top and follow that. And keep in mind, if you make mistakes, you can go back and fix it anytime. So don't get bent out of shape if you, oh my goodness, I just put liner in the wrong place. It's okay. Don't panic. You're going to get through it. And as you can see, this brow has way less hair than this brow. Everybody has a crazy brow. Like everybody has a crazy auntie and a crazy cousin. You know, you like to see them coming, but then you don't know what's going to happen. But then you like to see it because they're just crazy and they make you feel good sometimes. That's this brow. Like sometimes it's like perfect, and other times it's like, I don't even know who you are anymore. But, you know, I roll with it. And I'm sorry, I tilt my head a whole lot for some reason. And again, I'm doing the same thing for the top. And I'm having to extend my brow on this side because, like I said, again, this is the crazy cousin. And I'm just brushing the product in. I'm lining it back up. Okay, guys, I have this jewel that I found. I can't even remember where I got it from. It may have been the hair store, but it's a Make Me Brow. It's a brow powder. If you can see it, it's by Essence. And of course, it is in the shade. What is the shade? Casanova. Oh, one brown. There it is. It's brown. So what I do, because it is powder, I just take it and like between the middle and the end of my brows, I just take it and just fill it in where I have sparse hairs on each side. And as you can see, I've gone a little out of the way. And I'm kind of filling in where I have a hair deficiency on this side. And it looks crazy now. And I'm doing the same on this side. So whatever you do for one side, do it for the other so it can even itself out. And let me make this point. I know we watch a lot of makeup tutorials and we see a lot of people doing certain things and they have a great outcome. You don't have to do everything the same way that everybody else does it. Whatever way works for you, that's what you go with. Don't feel like, oh my God, I'm doing it the wrong way. I didn't do it like this person. I didn't do it like that person. But if it looks good, if it looks like you want it to look, go with that. Always go with what works for you, not what works for everybody else. Okay? So to conceal, oh Lord, I'm sorry. I had to glue my brush back together because it broke in half this morning, so I had to hurry up and glue it back. But I'm going to line my brows just to give it a clean look with the NYX Conceal and Contour palette. Of course, I used it a lot. So I'm going to go maybe a shade or two lighter than my actual complexion, just to give it a more detailed look. And I'm trying not to touch my actual brow. And I'm just gliding it on. And I'm bringing it down. And as you can see, I didn't use a whole lot of product at all. Because the more product you use, the more you're going to have to blend it out when that time comes. So, like I said before, a little definitely will go a long way. And I'm doing the same thing for my left side. And I try to make sure my brows match as close as possible. You've probably heard it before, and I'll say it. Your brows are not twins. They're sisters. Sometimes they're cousins twice removed, and sometimes they're just best friends. You know, those friends that you can talk to for hours on end, and then you don't talk to them again for weeks. Those are your brows. So the top of my brows, I'm just going to line them with the shade of concealer that is closest to my skin complexion. I'm not doing the same color or the same shade that I did at the bottom. And again, I'm not touching my brow. And the reason I do this because I don't like the halo or ring that the lighter concealer leaves at the top. Of course, you won't see it once you put on foundation and everything. But if you were not putting on foundation, if you were just doing your brows, you want to make sure that you have a concealer that matches your complexion so it doesn't leave that halo look. Now, if you like the halo effect, by all means, girl, do that. But I just don't like it for me. So we're not going to do that today. And again, I'm doing the same thing on the other side. I hope everybody is having a great 2020 so far. I've been going through it. Something called growing pains. I had a makeup class last Saturday and it went absolutely stupendous. But, you know, when things are really going good, the enemy has a way of trying to make you feel like, or trying to make it appear that that's just the end. That's the best you're going to get. Right after that, right after my makeup class, I got a flat tire, got the tire plugged, and it just keeps going down. So I'm having to put air in my tire every day. Now, I don't know if that affects my gas because I've been putting gas in my car every day as well. So I've been like overwhelmed and I'm over it. You know, I know that something great, really great, is on its way. Otherwise, the enemy would not be playing with me as much he has been. And there's some other things going on too. But, you know, I know where my faith lies. I know who my God is, you know, so I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm worried about these brows, though. That's something. Okay. I'm a perfectionist, y'all, and you'll have to forgive me. I have issues with that, and I'm working on it. But we're going to get better day by day. So next, I'm going to use this All About That Base by J Cat Beauty. It's a nude shadow primer. And this is what I use on my eyes just to secure whatever eyeshadow that I'm placing on my eyes. It locks it in. And I'm not using a whole lot. It looks like it. but I'm not using a whole lot. I have to get the corners because for some odd reason, whenever it's like close to when I get finished doing my eyeshadow, makeup, and everything, my eyes begin to water. I mean, I don't know if it's because I look so beautiful, but my eyes start to leak like a runny faucet. And sometimes I have to go back over my eyeshadow, add some more foundation, concealer, and finishing powder. And I'm just going to blend it in, brush it in, set it in. And it's okay if you don't have this exact primer. There are a lot of other great primers out there, guys. So just do your homework, find out what works for you and what doesn't. Go with what works. Leave the rest for somebody else. I'm not just talking about makeup. Alright, once that is blended in, I take my Airspun loose face powder, and it is very loose. I take a dab, I take a dab, and I just put it on my eyes just to help set this primer. And so when I put on my eyeshadow, it doesn't cake. It just goes on very smoothly and perfectly for me. This is just something I picked up along the way, and you don't have to do it. It just works for me. So I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. It's brand new. I've used it a few times, but I've fallen in love with it because I can do everyday makeup and make it look like I'm going out on a night on the town. I'm not, because it's 10 o'clock in the morning here, but you get my point. And I'm going to go with Yachted. And as you can see, I just dab because these palettes are so deep that you don't have to use a whole lot. And if you don't know, well, I have it on my eyes, but you have little lines and creases and dips on your eyes that have been more of a guide for me to show me where exactly what needs to go where. And I'm just gliding it on smoothly back and forth. And I'm going to do the same thing for my other eyelid. I dab first. And then I blend out. By the way, this is a Crown Case Shadow Blender by Super Set, the Crown Case. when in doubt, y'all, blend it out. Like, I see a lot of people, and I've done it, so no condemnation to anybody who has or does it, but I've seen people neglecting to blend, and the makeup could have so much potential to, you know, be so much better had they blended it, you know. So when in doubt, blend it out, and blend until you can't blend no more sometimes. You know, you don't want to like over blend and then lose your color, but you can always add more if needed. And for my crease line, I go just above my crease, and I'm using Kafuru, this little darker brown. And I'm using a fluffy brush. It does not have a name. I have like 101 brushes, and they're all from different places. But I love a good fluffy brush. This one is darker. So I'm sitting there running my mouth, and it happens. So just whatever you do on one side, make sure you do it on the other. And I'm going to blend this some more just so it doesn't look too dark. I want to make it modest yet noticeable. Like me. Just kidding. And once you've blended it out to your desired consistency, you can go in and what I'm going to do is, I said I wanted to do a no makeup look, but you know, sometimes we deviate. Where's my concealer? Okay, oh, here it is. So I'm going to go in with my NYX concealer palette, and I'm going to cut my crease. And to cut my crease, what I do typically, because I have severely hooded eyes, I go just above my cut crease. And I don't go all the way down or to the end, and I bring it down. And I like to take my time for this part. Just to make sure my crease is sharp. And as you can see, I left the tail alone. Leave that tail alone. And the eyes are already watering. But the show must go on. And I'm going to do the same thing for my left side. Hold your hand as steady as possible. Try not to blink. If you have to blink, move away. Take the brush away. And I'm bringing it down again. There we go. I just wanted you guys to see up close and personal. And what I cut my crease with, I'm sorry I didn't say before, I just have a regular e.l.f. It's the eyeliner brush from e.l.f. Very inexpensive. And I flattened it out. I'll do a tutorial later on that, on how I flatten my brushes to give my cut creases a more uniform look. So I'm going to go back in with my Warrior 2 palette. Excuse me. And I kind of want a, we're going natural. So, using, it's kind of a grayish, brownish look. And that's going where I put the concealer. And I'm not brushing, I'm dabbing. I just want to make sure it covers my eyelid. And I love, 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 love cut creases because I have small eyes naturally. And the top of my eyes are severely hooded again. So it gives my eyes the appearance that they're a little bigger than they actually are. I love big eyes. For some reason, I'm an oddball, but it's cool. And I'm just patting it on. And as you can see, I've left this side just the way it is, but it's only temporarily. I'm going to go over and do the same thing to my right side. Alright, I'm going to go with the same brush that I use at the top of my eyelids. I'm going to try to go in with the same brush. Here it is. So the tail end that I have left open, I'm just going to go in and fill it in. Do the same for the other side. And I just brush to blend out, kind of like an ombre almost. Okay. So that's it for that for now. I'm going to start on my foundation. And guys, what I have found that to be a lifesaver, something I didn't know I needed for my makeup anyway. Milk of magnesia. Mom.